Hey, what's up, everybody? What is good?
What's up, y'all? Long time no see,
Hey,
y'all. What's
long
good?
time. Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Real Beef with S&P. Of course, I'm Pascal.
And I'm Sandy. What's goody, y'all?
All right. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well out there. It has been well over a year since we've done any podcast over here, and so why haven't we been doing anything, Sandy? Because apparently, it's all her fault. So,
Hey. Nah. Hold up now. Okay. First and foremost, child, how you doing, Pac? It's great seeing you here.
great
Right
seeing you
next to
too.
me. I
It's
love
nice
it.
seeing you virtually. It's always a
Okay.
good
I
time.
love that. Look,
Yeah.
y'all, look. Parent life. Okay. Nothing negative, nothing bad, you guys. It's just child. Okay. Just doing what we have to do to just get through the minutia of parenthood and then just day-to-day life. Plus, you guys already know we have other platforms and channels and all the things. So we've been diligently trying to get things organized so that we can have something for you every single week here. And we are at that place now where we are going to be back on a consistent basis because we got our shit together.
Yes.
For sure. Okay.
What
We've
she
been
said.
good. We've been good.
What she said. We've been busy, okay? We've been busy. We've been, we have our own respective projects, and all that, trying to make all these things happen.
Yes.
And then finally, I mean, we've been talking about getting together and doing the podcast, and we keep on saying we're going to do it every single week for like the past year, guys.
Literally.
Which, by the way, yeah.
Lo siento.
Lo siento indeed. But we've been talking about it forever and ever and ever, and then of course things happen, right? She's busy doing her thing, I'm busy doing my thing. We out here too busy making money, okay?
Man,
all right,
or trying to.
okay. So, or at
Okay.
least trying to, okay? We trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, okay? 50 cent. But anyway, we're here. We're out here. We're ready to talk about the things that are going on in the world and then some. So make sure, first and foremost, okay, before we get into everything, hit that like button down below. That would really help us, okay? I know there's not a whole lot of people in here, but you guys will be flooding the gates to see this show in the very near future. So I'm glad you guys are here. You guys are savvy to what the hell's going on. Make sure you hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button, okay? Because like I said, you about to be the hippest people in the world, okay, being a part of this channel and a part of this show, okay? Because for a fact, as soon as we get like thousands of people tuning into this mug, y'all gonna be like, we the originals, we the OGs, right? So make sure you subscribe, crush that subscribe button, okay? And just be here, all right?
Share the live, okay? Share the lives. When you see the lives, just share them. Share them, okay? Look.
Just share it, okay? just share the love, okay?
Yeah, man. What's been going on with you, bro?
Honestly, real quick.
Anybody how you been doing?
I mean, everyone sees me every single day on my channel, pretty much. I mean, I've been busy. I mean, that's just basically it. Just working my butt off. And thank you for asking what we're talking. Asking me the same question. I've been busy, just trying to, like I said, just trying to keep people informed. There's all kinds of stuff that's been going on. A lot of craziness that's been going on out here in these streets. So I'm constantly hopping on, doing something live or doing something on my second channel as well. So it's just been, like I said, a consistent grind over here, you know what I mean? Being in front of this camera and just reporting the craziness and reporting the news, right? And putting in my color commentary to whatever the hell's going on in this world. But just doing what I got to do, you know what I mean? But
look, and
I'm
managing
very excited
parenthood all at the same damn time because y'all know he's a new dad, okay?
Yes.
So having to juggle that all, everyone alive in his household.
Yeah. It's
fed with these expensive as fuck ass eggs.
Yeah, well, we ain't gonna talk about that right now because honestly, I like eggs and now I'm scared. Now I do a double pump before I even eat. I'm like, should I eat this? Because I don't want to wake up tomorrow with
listen. Every
flu.
bite is worth $1 at this rate.
Mean, shoot, you better savor every single last bite. That's all I'm saying. Okay. You better savor every last bite. But we got to get into some news. We got a very short show for you guys, unfortunately. Okay. But we wanted to get out here, stretch our legs, get the stories out here. get you guys to know that we are here for these conversations and talk about the things that are going on in the world. Because, sometimes you need two of us, not just one, not just our individual shows. When our powers combined, we make a very, very interesting and very black
That's when the
Captain Planet.
I know
Okay.
that's right.
So,
You get the
get
best
over
of
there.
both worlds. Okay.
All right.
Period.
So what? I know you got the first story. So what the hell's going on? What's going on
this
now?
is a very, very short one because
Yes.
there's not much detail with this one, but because we've talked about her on this platform before, it's worth it to just bring it up. Y'all remember Tasha K? She can't seem to stay out the courtroom, child. Okay. So if you guys recall, last year, Tasha K did an actual interview with Kevin Hart's former assistant. Okay. And I guess it was a pretty revealing interview. I saw little snippets, little bits and pieces. You got to be a subscriber. I'm not a subscriber to Tasha K. However, I did catch a few snippets. The assistant was on there trying to, talk about what happened behind the scenes when she was working for his office, in his studios and that type of thing. She allegedly worked really closely with him. And, there was all kinds of shit going on. Okay. Some bombs were dropped about some of the other things that, him supposedly allegedly lying, on his boy and all that kind of stuff from back in the day when he got in trouble. Y'all remember that, okay, with his wifey, okay? Long story short, though, this particular assistant had signed an NDA, okay? And to my knowledge, okay, allegedly it had not expired when she went on Tasha K's platform, okay? And so she conducted the interview as such. Y'all know she messy, okay? And of course, threw her hands up when Kevin Hart was like, what the hell? She ain't even supposed to be, y'all ain't even supposed to be doing this. As a journalist, you should know better. Okay. You knew she signed an NDA. Of course, Tasha K throws her hands up and she's like, look, if she chose to be on my platform, that's on her. I'm just the journalist. I'm asking questions. Well, we now fast forward to now where they have now reached a settlement in the defamation claims against, the defamation claim is against Tasha K and that former assistant. Okay. Now, when she did that interview, that assistant went completely MIA. Although she was like, you can sue me. Like when I say she was out there like that there, and then the lawsuit came out and her black ass disappeared. Okay. But supposedly they've reached a settlement and they're not disclosing any of the details, and supposedly they're trying to work out the jargon as far as some of the verbiage for whatever this settlement is. But mum's the word. Nothing from Tasha K so far yet. We ain't heard from the assistant in a hot ass minute. I'm sure she ain't trying to have to pay out no more money, but it's looking like it's in his favor.
I see. Because
how do you feel about her having done that interview too?
I mean,
I don't know that we discussed it on this channel.
No, we haven't talked about this at all. And I remember this interview. I totally forgot about it until you said something about it this morning, saying that there was a settlement. I was like, wait, what? There was a lawsuit going on? Right. I didn't even know. I know that Tasha K can be messy. I mean, I think that we're saying the loud part out loud when we say that. So for me, I'm not really surprised that this has happened. But I will say this though. I mean, well, it's two conflicting things.
Keep it a buck. Right? Keep it a buck.
I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it a bean. Here's the thing. Okay, so this is my only thing about this. When it comes to being a reporter, right? Being a journalist, a real journalist, for a fact that you should not be grabbing somebody who has an NDA, right? That's sloppy work. If you're going and you're asking them questions and all that, and they're willing to speak out, I mean, that's not really entirely your fault. But at the same time, if there's an existing NDA and they go onto your platform and and the question is, the question still remains if she even knew that this NDA even existed. So I'm going to lean on the fact that she knew, and just Tasha K is just messy. All right. So if Tasha K knew about this NDA, then damn right you're gonna get sued.
That's sloppy work.
That's sloppy journalism.
Yep.
But if you got that person on there and they're on the show and they're doing their thing and they lied, or you had no knowledge of their NDA, why would you get sued for something that you did not know? Right. But let me just say it again. Let me retract that again, because again, that would be sloppy work. You should be doing your due diligence, making sure that there is know like the NDA expired or
Right.
something of that sort, right?
Especially after Cardi B. I'm gonna need you to know better.
Exactly. You need to really check your P's and Q's, make sure every single
Damn right.
T is crossed and every lowercase J is dotted. But the other thing though too is even after that, it's like then you should take it. You should take responsibility for that, right?
Agreed.
And also the other thing too is if they witnessed a crime, NDA is null and void.
That part.
So if they were, if she was talking about a crime that was going on, then she could talk all she wants.
Yep.
The NDA is null and void. But if she's just talking about him bumping uglies with a whole bunch of girls and, him doing this, that, and the third and not having anything to do with a crime that was committed to her or anything that sort, then this is some sloppy work. So again, she should know better at the end of the day. She should know better than to bring somebody on and interview them if they have an NDA. Of course, there's going to be a settlement on behalf of Kevin Hart. Now I want to know how much money she got to fork out, because doesn't she still owe homegirl Cardi B money too?
Yeah, she's supposed to be making payments. And then there was some kind of report, I want to say it was MSNBC, allegedly put out Tasha K's net worth. She put it out herself, actually. And it was negative, I want to say negative 3.5 million. I said, child, I can't.
She really
And then she puts it on her platform. The one thing I would say about Tasha K is the girl will clown her ass. She'll clown her own ass.
Yeah.
Like, she'll clown herself with no problem. She would throw herself under the bus with no problem. And several people recently have tried to expose her lately, like former assistants of her own that are out here talking about she was bumping uglies with other motherfuckers and shit. But here's the thing. Even with this, it's sloppy work. You should know better. You done got just drug through the mud with the whole Cardi B situation. Really, you drug Cardi B through the mud, and then you had to pay up. If there's anything that came from that, you should know better. You know what I'm saying? And then I can understand if the stuff that the assistant was sharing was salacious. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be worth it. I hope she made good coin off those interviews, because the stuff that the girl was saying, from what I saw of the clips, weren't even that deep. They weren't anything to write home about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just wondering, was it worth it? You know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done.
Well, when it's all said and done, I'll say this real quick before we go to the next topic. It wasn't worth it, because at the end of the day, even if she made a couple $100,000, she's probably going to have to fork out $1 million or so to Kevin Hart now. So it doesn't even matter if she got like a little bit of clout, because now people are looking at her as like this tabloid journalist. She's being looked at in a bad way. And I just don't see that. Man, I just don't see that. I don't see her winning anytime soon. I mean,
not a lawsuit.
She still has a platform, but no, you know what I mean? But nobody rocking with that. Nobody wants to rock with that.
She just needs to have a lawsuit savings account. Just have that motherfucker on the side. Certain percentage of whatever you make. Just put that motherfucker aside in a little lawsuit account in case your ass gets sued again, and just be ready to pay up. You know what I'm saying? Because she's taking chances out here, child.
She's willing to risk it all. And but that's the thing. Hey, some people like that kind of stuff. Some people like that tabloidy, really sloppy, willing to push the envelope, do whatever they need to do to get the story. Some people love that stuff. They're like, ooh, I love how messy she is. Ooh, you messy girl. I love you though. And it's like, well, at some point that's going to get her in some serious, it's already gotten her into some serious trouble, but
already
wait for it. It's about to get worse if she continues doing it like this. So like I said, hey, don't add us. Okay. Keep making your stuff, but do your due diligence. You can still be sloppy.
Every other word, child.
Yeah, well, that still doesn't work either anymore, too. But it's like, just do your due diligence, and of course, you can still be sloppy and still do your due diligence at the same damn time. Yeah. That's it. That's it. And there's plenty of other people that have worked or have banged Kevin Hart that probably have not signed an NDA, that I'm sure would have all the juicy details, right? So find those mother lovers. You know what I mean?
For real.
I don't know. A couple $100,000, if even that, for one interview that isn't as clutch your pearls type of interview, isn't as much as we would expect, then it ain't worth it. It ain't
Right.
worth it. Like I
Not at
said,
all.
it
Agreed.
just ain't worth it. And again, it's your clout, it's your name out
Yeah.
here, your rep that it's getting destroyed consistently, which is really sad.
Yeah.
I
Look,
don't know.
sidebar before we go
Shoot,
on to the next story, because I know we got to go
shoot.
to the next story. But quick sidebar, Tasha K
Mhm.
said that Kevin Hart tried to sabotage some of her appearances she's had recently. So this past year, she was
Mm.
playing in some of or performing at some of the same venues that Kevin Hart also goes to. And I guess his team was reaching out to the venues she was actually going to be performing at to tell them to either get rid of her or he will never go back. Right. So one actually dropped her. So she ended up moving her performance to another location. Okay. Only to have that first venue hit her back like, our bad. We really shouldn't have done that. Our bad. You know what I'm saying? But, he threatened to, never come back type of thing. We'd love to host you and have you back. But she was like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? By then,
Yeah.
she had 2 sold out shows and blah, blah, blah. Because that only makes it even more for her to use as advertisement for the actual performance itself. But yeah, I guess he's been working behind the scenes, did a little bit of, you know, allegedly sabotaging, possibly.
Interesting.
Heavy on the
Well,
alleged.
I
Yeah,
think
but I ain't got no motherfucking money, bitch. Just don't come at
no
me.
doubt. I will say, I mean, that is kind of messed up. I mean,
Yeah,
kind of moving your celebrity around, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Shifting your weight around just for that kind of thing. I think that's kind of trashy, in my personal opinion. I get it that he's
yeah,
angry and all that, but there's other ways, like
yeah.
like
Like what
suing
he did,
her,
the settlement. Like
like
that,
suing
that'll
her.
make her hurt. That hurts the
There are
pocket.
other ways to do it. Just sue her
Yeah,
and step back and let her do her thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Eventually, that money that she's making at those live shows is going back into your mother
That
loving
part.
pocket.
That part.
So, yeah. But moving on. Okay.
Yes.
We got to talk about this. And, briefly, unfortunately, we gotta kind of nip some things in the bud here. But here it is, guys. If you don't know about me and Sandy, I mean, I've talked about this a million times. All right.
Mhm.
Everybody on my show knows this. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't like flying.
At all.
And Sandy doesn't like flying at all. That's
Not
one
at all.
thing we agree on. Okay. We're not the biggest fans of flying. Don't get me wrong. We're not like having panic attacks on the flight or anything. But when it
Yeah.
gets a little
Right.
turbulency, we don't like that stuff. Okay. We're a little nervous, anxious flyers. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, as of late, there's been a lot of plane crashes and planes falling from the sky and planes colliding with Black Hawks and all this stuff. Now, there was another one that happened yesterday, which, of course, we need to talk about. Okay. 2 planes collide mid-air, taking the life of 2 people. Okay.
Terrible.
In southern Arizona. Now, this is in the Marina Regional Airport outside of Tucson. All right. But just real quick, they're saying 2 people have lost their lives after 2 planes collided midair Wednesday morning at this airport in southern Arizona. Okay. The crash occurred at this Marina Regional Airport outside of Tucson. Officials with the FAA tell ABC 15, the article we're reading here, and a Landcare with 2 people on board collided midair with a Cessna 172 with 2 others on board around 8:30 Wednesday morning. Okay, so according to a statement from the town of Marina, both people inside one of the aircrafts have passed away, and the other 2 were uninjured. So very, very lucky for one of the planes, given the
Right.
fact that they just collided in midair. Now,
Mhm.
what's interesting about this is this particular airport does not have an air traffic control tower. It does not. So they're sitting there flying around, and I guess they're having conversations with each other, radioing in like, "Hey, I'm about to land in runway 5 or something like that." I don't know what it is, but all I can say is whatever the hell's going on in the skies
Oh my God.
is absolutely terrifying.
Yes.
And again, something needs to be figured out really, really fast, because it's been, for the past 2 months, it's been planes either falling from the sky or colliding colliding into each other. This is the second one in the last 2 months. What the hell is really going on here,
That's
Sandy?
what I'm trying to figure out. That's what my black ass trying to. I can't, because look. This happened in Arizona. There was another one that just happened in Arizona prior to that.
Yep.
At this, you remember Juice is the hubby, by the way, if I refer to Juice. He actually went out of town, okay, in the midst of all these things happening these last couple of weeks. And ironically enough, one of the plane crashes happened literally a few days after he came back from that same city, from that same airport. So imagine how you're thinking if you're already somebody who's super high on the anxiety when it comes to flying and all that. Then the hubby's out on a flight, okay, in the midst of all this stuff, and a couple days later
Mhm.
there being a plane crash at that same exact airport. Like, it's absolute insanity, And I just want to know, when is it going to be addressed? That's my issue. And obviously, we don't do a lot of political shit on this channel because we don't want to polarize, right? But there are real things for real going on, currently, that has everyone concerned. Okay.
Yeah.
My black ass surviving a plane ride being one of them. Okay. And the fact that there has been nothing said, nothing has been addressed. Like,
Nothing.
all we hear are the news reports. The reporters are reporting, they're doing what they're supposed to do, right? They're sharing the information, letting us know what's going on to their knowledge, but there's only so far they can go. People getting fired left and right, having to do specifically with the aviation field as a whole, right? And yet and still, after all of these things are happening, we are still getting no explanation, nothing to let us feel like things are being done to remedy or rectify whatever the fuck is going on that's happening with all of these flights. These poor people that have lost their lives, that have lost family members. Our heart goes out to every single one of them. And even those who were in the flights that, the one that recently flipped upside down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I thought
that
that
crash
damn thing.
alone was insane.
I thought that damn thing was AI. I literally, when I first got sent it, because I've been covering a lot of these crashes lately, people were sending this to me, and I'm like, man, this is BS. This is
I
a
promise you, it
lie.
didn't look real to me at all. At all.
And I'm like, wow, this is really I thought somebody was trying to be, you know what I mean, just real crafty. Somebody been using their graphics degree from college or whatever, you know what I mean, just having some fun. And I'm like, damn, this is real. Wow, how did this happen? And I
dude,
agree,
the flight was fine up until the
it
end. They said it
landed.
was a regular flight, nothing was bad, they weren't alerted to anything. That's what makes it even scarier. Is like, you're thinking you're on the descent and you're good, and that happens. Right? And then it burst into flames. Do you understand how catastrophic that would have been? That's insanity to me. Understand?
I think the word's
part that I hate the
catastrophic,
most
but
is the and I didn't mean to interrupt you. The
No,
two
you're
things I
good.
hate the most about flying, two of the top two. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if it's the same list for you. Ready? The descent and the departure. Child, I don't want to feel not one bit of turbulence. I don't want to feel it. Okay, don't give me the balance either. I don't want not damn bit of it. If I feel listen, somebody could be next to me and sneezing, I'm thinking something's happening. Like, I don't do well in those situations. So imagine being on a flight thinking everything is fine, and then all of a sudden that's how you land. Then it bursts into flames. I still can't get over the fact it burst into flames and did not explode. Thank God it didn't. Right? And then for you to be upside down.
Yeah. I mean, technically it did explode.
It did, but I'm talking about the
explode
entire
into smithereens.
Right.
But I get what you're saying.
Scary. It's so scary.
For me, it's the takeoff that I don't like. Like, that's literally the part that I don't like, because it's like, okay, we're going to 350 some odd miles per hour towards death. You know what I mean? And so for me, I'm like, this thing better take off, and it better go and do what it needs to do. And then when the landing isn't so bad. It isn't so bad. It's the act of going down I don't like, when they're like, okay, we're getting ready for our departure, and please, you know what I mean, that whole thing, flight attendants, please prepare for landing, we're gonna go down, and you know what I mean, I hate that, right? And then you're like, oh snap.
Meanwhile, you're just like this every time they go down 10,000 feet.
It's doing this and then
holding on to whatever I can.
And then as soon as it's about to hit the ground, everyone's butthole gets clenched up. Everyone, for a fact, because they're waiting for the tires to hit the road, hit the landing strip. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, whoo!
Just like,
I'm alive.
Okay.
Every time we land, we should be kissing the floor. Period. The ground in which we landed on, and we should be calling our mama, because it's like, mama, I made it again.
Period.
It's a miracle that these things, it's a freaking cylinder tuna can thrown in the air. You understand that?
I don't need to have that image going up in the sky. I ain't going up in the sky no time soon. My black ass is walking to Antarctica. You listen, you want to go on a vacation to Cancun, bitch? I will be there in 2.5 weeks. Okay, 3 hours and 24 minutes. Okay, I will see you in a few weeks. Okay, my black ass ain't going on that damn motherfucker sky. Okay, period.
Thank you.
On that damn plane.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. As soon as you land, you should be calling your mama. You should be calling your friend. You know what I mean?
It's doctor and a lawyer.
Call that friend. Be like, hey man, I've been wanting to tell you this for a long time. Just say, F it. Because that stuff is so scary, y'all. It is so scary.
Let me be upside down on the flight coming back home, man.
Never flying again.
I'm be driving. Driving a Louis Vuitton car with Louis Vuitton bags. I'm taking it to court like a motherfucker.
Yep. We driving. We walking. In fact, I'll be like, oh, so next month we're going to Cancun. Okay, I'm gonna start packing and I'll see you there. I'm gonna start walking now. That's it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. So with everything that's going on with the cuts that, like the firing, the people's jobs are getting terminated, all that stuff in the FAA and then some. I know a lot of people are trying to connect those things and trying to make it seem that, of course, taking it to the political route. Yeah. I say, I feel that these issues would have happened. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But I feel like these issues would have happened regardless if there was firing or hiring of new people. I think that this is an issue that's been a long and that's fine. I just
find it interesting that it's happening.
It is interesting though.
All of a sudden we getting all this stuff happening.
It is interesting. But my thought is like, instead of us pointing the finger, right? Let's find out. Let's figure out what the hell's going on.
That's what I want to know.
That we can get this thing figured out.
Yeah.
So we can move on.
Yeah.
Because I know that everyone's like, it's another plane collision and it's all Trump's fault. And I'm like, okay, I get the pointing the fingers. I'm not, I'm not sitting here trying to like support.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
I'm saying is like, instead of us getting all riled up and going after one specific person, let's figure out what the hell's going on so we can actually stop this from happening, because I do want to fly. In a lot of things, we can't leave the country, okay, to see tropical islands and stuff like that without getting into a plane or at least getting on a boat. And that takes a lot longer than going into a plane. So you have no other choice but to get on the plane. So in my mind, I'm like, can we get this figured out so we can move the F on so that people can live? 67 people lost their lives in DC. We still don't know everything that's going on. What's really pissing me off more than anything in the world is that there are people out here in this world that will listen to this, listen to President 47, okay, and literally sit there and say, oh, well, it's because of DEI. And it's like, DEI, what are you talking about? So you're blaming because of the pilot, maybe female or black or something of that sort. You got to miss me with that nonsense. Let's figure out what the hell's going on so we can move on, because that's a multi-billion-dollar industry, the travel business, the flight business that could be crumbling right now. And I don't want to see that crumble.
Look, Southwest is just laid off a bunch of employees just recently, a couple days ago. I mean, it's going to only get significantly worse with rising prices, rising gas, all the things. There's a lot outside of what's currently happening that's also just happening, generally speaking, overall in the marketplace. So this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be
interesting.
It's going to be interesting. Like I said, I'd rather have solutions rather than pointing at like, it's there. And it's like, no, bro, I still got to fly. Like I got to fly. Yeah. I'm even seeing in the comments, in the comments section, people are sitting there going, man, I got to fly in May. And I'm like, okay, let's get it figured out now, because May is coming. May ain't going to like stop and go, no, don't worry. May will wait. Mm-hmm.
Or you might have to start walking now. You might have to start walking now.
You might as well start walking right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, let's figure this out, because there's lives at stake. Okay. Agreed. Lives at stake, and I want to see other parts of the world before I die. I don't want to die trying to go see those other parts of the world. So let's figure it out. And if it is that problem, let's figure it out. You know what I mean? Instead of going after each other and getting angry about stuff that's just bupkis in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But we got to move on to the next thing real quick. Oh boy, we gotta wrap this up quickly. So next conversation. Okay, let's do this one fast because I think this one we can do pretty quickly.
I'm interested to see what people are going to comment in the comments about this particular story. I'm very curious.
Which one?
You talking about live?
I wasn't talking about that one yet.
Okay, just kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that, and then I'm like, you know what?
Let's see. What's your next?
No. Let's get into it. Let's do that one.
Okay.
All right. But whoops, I did not mean to do that. Whoops. There we go. Blake Lively's amended complaint has come out, and there's a lot of people that have been going in on this like crazy. Even myself, I've been covering it a lot. And just keeping an eye on everything. And as you guys already know, Blake Lively has been making some very, very scathing claims about Justin Baldoni, saying that he has been harassment, making a very volatile type of work environment and all that stuff. Over the past couple days or over the past week or so, there has been new allegations that have come out. We still do not know if those complaints, not her amended complaint, okay, but there are two other women that allegedly wrote complaints to Sony HR, basically saying that he was doing some very bad things, like he put his hand on one of the girls' bottoms, and then another one, he was panting on a girl so hard during a spicy scene that makeup melted off of her face, literally vaporized off of her face. But a lot of people are looking at this and going, "This is all complete BS," because the fact that there's redactions in the complaints that shouldn't even be redacted doesn't make any earthly sense, right? Like the fact that the dates of the redaction of these complaints are redacted is ridiculous, in my personal opinion. I was waiting all day to say that.
That was good.
So,
that was good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the sound machine. I was like, let me go ahead and insert.
You're welcome. Insert sound right now. Okay, if you don't know me, I'm all about these sound bites. But anyway, so she comes out with her amended complaint very late night on Tuesday. Okay, and of course, everybody and their mama has been going in on this, looking through it and seeing if there is anything new in the complaints. One of the new things is the fact that these two women are willing to step forward and talk about these things. So you basically saying that they can corroborate his actions on the set. And I'm kind of curious as to who are these two other women, and are we really using the fake, the fan fiction that was written that they leaked a couple weeks ago, or like last week, as solid evidence? So of course, Blake Lively's team is basically saying, she has done no wrong, and Justin Baldoni is an absolute monster. But Justin Baldoni's team has come back and said, hey, this amended complaint doesn't make any sense. It's trash. You keep saying that there's so much evidence that you drop in there, and they're all basically saying, where is the evidence? Because there's none. Yeah. There's nothing in this 141-page complaint that she puts out where they're showing any new smoking gun evidence. So again, people are feeling like this is all just BS and is all lies. And I can't help but agree that this is all BS and lies.
It just seems like she's pulling at straws at this point.
I mean, it feels a little bit like a Amber Heard type of situation. Oh, good God. I hate it. I hate to say that name. Yeah. Because, at the same time, because we're all good people, we initially want to believe the victims because we all have heart. And we all think that the people who are stepping forward and speaking out in this way are telling the truth. Absolutely. Right? But then when you come into this and you look at all the information, you can't help but wonder how much of this is, how could somebody go out of their way to make these go this far, right? At some point you got to go, I ain't got nothing. Okay, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At some point you got to go, okay, yeah, okay, you caught me. Okay. All right. You got me. It's all been a lie. My bad,
Yeah.
guys. Can we keep moving though? Can we keep moving forward? Here's a couple $1 million for you, Justin Baldoni, in the settlement. Okay. But we're going to keep on moving. She's not doing that. She's standing 10 toes down, willing to die on this hill with Ryan Reynolds
Yep.
in
Right in tow.
tandem with him,
Yep.
them making jokes at SNL about this whole thing, and it's making it worse
That's what I'm
than
saying.
making it
That
better.
didn't even make sense when they did that. My thing
Mm-mm.
is, this is literally, to me, a very, very expensive game of he said, she said. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
absolutely. It's high school.
Because
It's high school.
none of what I mean, literally the stuff she redacted some things in that amendment, right? And I didn't read every single page of that long ass document. However, she redacted a lot, inserted things that didn't make sense, right? Then there's claims that she reported this to Sony. They're saying they never got a thing about it, too,
Yep.
right?
Oh,
Then
let's
she's
not forget
stating
that
there's
detail.
2 other people that allegedly have the same complaint, but didn't name them in the lawsuit. I mean, didn't name them in the amendment at all, right? And of
Mhm.
course, they're naturally going to say, well, it's simply because they're trying to protect the 2 individuals, but they're willing to testify if need be. Again, a lot of what I saw or have read over from what I read,
Mhm.
it's a lot of just I'm saying it, so it happened, but no proof,
Right.
right? And so here's the thing. What clearly they didn't get along. We already know this, okay? There was a lot of power struggles throughout the entire course of them even filming the movie to begin with. So there was already not that great blood between the two of them. She was taking over wardrobe, she was overstepping her boundaries to him allegedly, right?
Mhm.
She had, producing rights and that type of thing as well, but then she started her and Ryan even got involved in changing the script of certain scenes, things that just would naturally make them just not would just naturally bump heads, right? And then December happens, this lawsuits filed, and then this, right? My thing is, she's got to be able to prove this in court,
Right.
and so far, no proof. That's the issue, right? So right now, it's literally just looking like they just don't like each other and they're just taking jabs at each other. Now he, of course, reacted or responded, so that's why he's got the lawsuits he's got going. That with the New York Times also. This is going to be a very expensive as hell ass mistake if this doesn't work out. This is a
400.
very, very, very expensive game if he said, she said. And if she
Absolutely.
loses, he wins multiple times over because he's not the only one suing. People on his team are suing as well. Then he's suing the New York Times on top of that. So if all of this transpires next year where she loses this, New York Times may lose too. There's a lot
It's
at stake.
it's very, very bad. It's $400 million at stake. I mean,
Literally.
that's just on Justin Baldoni's side.
Yep.
So, and he's trying to take down everybody. I mean,
Every single person.
if you really think about it, he's suing Marvel, he's suing New York Times, he's suing Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, all these people, right? All because of the things that they were doing. I mean, who goes out of their way to? I mean, you got to have some sort of chip on your shoulder on somebody to be willing to create a whole new character in a multi-billion-dollar movie, right? It was a
Mhm.
multi-million-dollar movie that they were making, the Deadpool Wolverine movie, right?
Mhm.
He created a character. Ryan Reynolds created a character called Nice Pool.
Yep.
Nice Pool was a parody of Justin Baldoni. And
Which
then
is the stupidest thing he could have ever done. I don't know what he
it
would
was the
have done.
craziest. That's insane. He makes this character and then he kills him at the end of the movie. He gets riddled with bullets, right? This Nice Pool character. So clearly he felt some type of way about Justin Baldoni,
Mhm.
so much that he wrote him in the movie and made a parody of this particular character.
Right.
It's
Allegedly.
insane,
Yeah.
okay? And it shows that it's not good. At the end of the day, this is not a very good look for Ryan Reynolds, especially Blake
And
Lively.
Blake.
Oh,
Well, my
Balak.
thing is they're suing for some hefty stuff. So to
Ugh,
make light of it, even in a
it's
movie or
bad.
SNL, and it's like there are real people out there that do deal with this, right?
Yep.
That may not have spoken up or have not spoken up against their oppressor, or you know what I'm saying? And they
Yep.
are victims to themselves. So for this to be a lawsuit on such a heavy situation, she's talking harassment, she's talking all these things, okay?
Yeah.
And then to make light of it in a movie and to make light of it at SNL is insanity to me.
What's crazy is good point, Debbie. Thank you so much. I forgot about that. It also happened when he got riddled with bullets and all that stuff. Riddled with booty. When he got riddled with bullets, it all went down in front of a flower shop too. What? So, if just so you know, the movie, if you've never seen it, ends with us. Okay, the movie, her character Lily. It's funny, her name is named after an actual flower, but she ends up opening her own. She's like a small business owner. She owns this little flower shop and all that. Okay, in the movie, that's the character. That's the shop in the movie. In the movie and all that stuff. It's the part of her character's development, right? That's how she meets her husband, the guy who's actually the attacker, Justin Baldoni's character, and Justin Baldoni's character's sister becomes works with her in this flower shop and all that, and it all happens. Yeah, you're not joking. It happens in front of a flower shop. So clearly, it's all these Easter eggs and all these inside jokes that nobody really knew until this lawsuit came out. So it's even more insane. Like I said, balake, okay, balake. Please,
it's crazy.
Please just step down. Just do the settlement and keeps it moving, because I'm telling you right now, you mean to tell me you have two other people that can corroborate the story? Are they real? Are they real? Where they at? Where they at?
Right.
Where they at? That's what I would like to know. So again, this is a saga that just keeps on going and it never stops. And of course, we're going to keep an eye on it. You know what I mean? We're keeping an eye on it because this is a wild one. And right now, it is very Team Justin right now. Everybody's swinging for and batting for Team Justin. I don't know about Balake. I really don't know about Balake
he's lost
anymore.
Opportunities. He got dropped from his agency. I mean, this is something that has impacted him, where he has every right to retaliate the way that he is, in the sense of the counter lawsuit, etc.
Right, and let's not forget, he also put out footage. Now, one thing is, real quick, because we got to get this, we got to move, okay? And we got to do this one quick, okay? But this last piece. But here's the thing. They need to put out all the footage. Yeah. Because in a way, one thing I can understand on Blake Lively's side, Blake Lively's team is like, you're just cherry picking things to make it look like Justin Baldoni's a good guy. And in my mind, I'm going, that's a challenge to his team to basically say, you know what? Okay, fine. You want to see it all. Okay, cabron, you want to play? I will put out all the stuff. Put it all out so that you guys can see it for yourselves. That's everything from the emails to the dailies, all the footage, meaning dailies is all the takes, all the footage from the making of the movie. Put it all out there. Yep. Every single allegation, because she talks about one scene where she's giving birth and he's giving her a hard time, wanting her to be in her birthday suit and all this stuff. It's very, very interesting stuff. If that is true and any of that stuff is caught on film, put it out there. Yeah. Put it all out there on that website that they put up. It's so that the court of public opinion can have a good looksy-loo, and we can come to our own final verdict. Right now, yes, Justin Baldoni looks like he's in the clear, but at the same time, we don't have everything yet. Yep. So show us all the Carfax. Yeah. Show it all, right?
I just want some form of evidence in some capacity. You know what I'm saying? Because this amendment is not helping.
Yeah, it's no, that amended complaint. Like I said, the lawyer's like, where's the evidence?
Right.
You did a whole other amended thing, but where is the evidence?
Yep. Where's the proof?
And there was nothing. There was nothing. It was just.
Yep. Look, I hope Ryan is selling them Mint Mobile subscriptions or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? You better sign up some extra people, because listen. This is an expensive lawsuit.
Check out Mint Mobile. It's great. It's just wonderful. Oh gosh, I'm nice, Pool. Oh,
I'm saying
I'm a feminist.
Because, honey,
come on,
they're about to lose their shirts.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
And what I'm mad about is I liked Ryan Reynolds. You
I
know what I'm
love
saying?
Ryan Reynolds. I don't like
liked
Deadpool. I
Ryan
don't like
Reynolds.
Deadpool. His humor is not my humor, but in general, I like him in general.
You didn't see
But I don't like Deadpool.
But you didn't see Deadpool Wolverine? It's hilarious.
Is it? See, I've
it's
seen
so
any other
good.
Deadpool movies. I have not seen that one yet. So we do, and I will end up watching because Juice likes watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, Juice gonna get weak because it's hilarious.
Yeah,
it was
especially 'cause I love
very
Wolverine,
good.
so of
But
course.
the problem is that it's really good. And then now I'm like, damn, I can't even fully enjoy the
I
movie
know.
anymore because of what we see in it. And it's messed up. And okay, real quick, here's my theory. Something happened. Somebody made a pass. Somebody said something. Maybe there was some weird, random romance that was going on that pissed off Ryan Reynolds. And she said, no, that's not true, baby. I love you. And then she made some stuff up. That's the only theory I can think of. Because why? Over the movie, writing rights over the movie, like, or over editing or directing the movie. Literally, that's all it's about. Really, over one movie? There's plenty of other movies in the world where she could have been able to write. And the movie did very well.
That's what I'm like. What are we doing here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, oh, girl, you better get some evidence because, child, I don't know why you would do this. You know what I'm saying?
Something
you had success off the movie. Move on. You know what
the
I
math,
mean?
the math most definitely not mathing for me. Okay. Let me just keep it real with you. Okay. Yeah. The math is definitely not mathing at all. And I'm pissed because I like Ryan Reynolds and now this is going on. And now he looks like the idiot of the year in a way. Yeah. And then Blake Lively. I mean, she cool. I don't think I've ever really watched anything where I'm like, I like her. I just, she's whatever. You know what I mean? And I've never known anything about Justin Baldoni until this movie, and I feel bad for the dude because it seems like he's the good, sensitive, nice guy that's getting trampled over by two of it's like high school. Like they're the most popular kids in high school that happen to date. It's the captain of the football team and the head cheerleader getting together, and they spread these crazy rumors about this guy who happens to just be a little bit artsy. Okay. He's creative, ma. He's just creative. And then, of course, and he's sensitive. So, of course, they take advantage of that. And then they try to destroy this man out there in the court of public opinion, high school, with all these really messed up rumors. And then they make fun of him live on shows, in movies, and all that. And this guy can't even get a leg up. And now you can see it's like everyone's going and saying, okay, this is a David versus Goliath situation for sure. Okay. You got a little guy trying to get out here, and then the other guys are out here trying to make something of it. Right. And they're just bashing him down because they have that power and they have that say in Hollywood, which is very messed up. Things got to change. So hopefully I want him to come out with more receipts, period. Justin Baldoni, bring them all out. Just put them all out. Don't hold him.
He seems to have the upper leg because he's put out some receipts, you know what I'm saying? But, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next little bit. And we still have a whole entire year a year plus before this even goes to court.
I know. So it's going to be a long year for them. We're going to be reporting it. We're going to be having a great time reporting it. But let's move on. We got like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Do this in 5 minutes. All right. So, of course, there's something else that's been going on. Something big happened just the other day. A$AP Rocky was found not guilty in felony attack. Let's just say that word, okay? As he tearfully tells jury, thank y'all for saving my life. Now, everybody saw this, the verdict being read. He damn near jumped over a whole row of chairs just to hug his wifey. Yes. And I'm wondering how fast that ink dried on that check that she wrote. I'm kidding. Hold on. Time out. Okay. He is being alleged of doing something, trying to take out a former friend, okay, in the streets of Hollywood. And this particular person says that he pulled the trigger on him, tried to take him out. A bullet allegedly grazed his knuckles. And of course, this is where we're at. Okay. This is what the trial is basically about. He used a semi-automatic weapon and all that. But what's interesting about this, and I'm joking, guys, I'm joking. Okay. She didn't pay nobody off. Hold on.
Right.
Okay, Josie. No one paid off nobody. Okay. He won fair and square. But one of the arguments that I thought was trash was that they said that ASAP Rocky was using a fake weapon, that it was a prop weapon that projected or ejected fake like blanks, cartridges, or bullet shells out of its prop gun. Now, everybody looked at that, and we all were, excuse me, we are all side-eyeing that situation. Okay. But the thing is that one of the main reasons why ASAP Rocky won or got the not guilty verdict is because of the lack of evidence that was there. Right. They didn't even have the weapon that he allegedly used. The footage that they had was super grainy and was cut out before you saw anything revolving around him pulling the trigger, for crying out loud. There was a lot of different factors in there that worked in ASAP Rocky's favor. Okay. But there was a clip that we saw that's out here where one of the jurors did speak out and basically said, well, we didn't really believe the prop gun narrative, that did not work. But the fact that there wasn't enough evidence to back what ASAP really said, okay, this is the victim, all right, that the fact that they didn't have enough evidence to back what his claims were, that's why this guy, ASAP Rocky, was found not guilty. What are your thoughts?
Listen, I'm thankful that, here's the thing. I don't exactly know what transpired per se with this entire scenario when I say that, because everything is always alleged, right? But the one thing I will say, especially in this type of scenario, is that I'm thankful that they didn't find him guilty without the proper evidence, because there have been people that have been found guilty for less. Okay. And true. So for me, I'm looking at it as a victory, as okay, well, they decided, made their verdict based on what it should be based on. If there's not enough proof to show that is what happened, you got to say no, it's not guilty. You know what I'm saying? And this is very, very generalized, okay, because every scenario is completely different. But I'm always wary of, court situations like this, because that person is literally left to the jury to decide their fate. And my understanding is when you're in a jury, imagine how tense it is back there. You know what I mean? Having to finally come to terms of who is going to say what. And sometimes the juries don't even come to a decision because there's somebody of the jury that's not in agreement with everyone else. So, knowing that I don't know all the logistics and what really truly transpired, the fact that they found him not guilty because of the fact that there was not enough evidence to prove that is what happened. Look, that's justice to me. You know what I'm saying? Without knowing the inner workings of what happened. And I'm thankful for Rihanna too. I'm excited for Rihanna to you know what I mean? Clearly he's excited also. I'm excited for ASAP Rocky and all the things, but it could have gone another way too. You know what I mean? So.
It definitely could have. I'm gonna be real. We watched it live, okay, on my show and everything, and I literally said right before they made the verdict, I said,
"Not guilty."
Oh no, I thought that he was gonna get guilty.
Really?
I'm being dead ass.
Okay.
No, just knowing the luck of certain people,
right?
Okay,
that's what I'm referring to.
And exactly I know you. I'm just saying the quiet part a little bit louder. Okay, so in my mind I was like, oh, he gone, because honestly I was looking at the prop gun excuse, and I'm like, come on, man, prop gun, really? You got it off of a music video shoot,
right?
And you're walking around with a fake pew pew? Come on, man.
Right.
Come on. So for me, instantly, I was like, the jury's going to side eye that. The other part was the fact that it only took them 3 hours to deliberate. 3 whole hours.
So
they walked in.
Gone.
And I was like, oh, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Instantly. Because usually when you have something like that, you like a response or a turnaround that quickly, that's usually what goes down. The if it's a fast turnaround like that, and it's been, you instantly are thinking, oh, they all think that man is damn guilty.
Yeah.
Only to find out that it was not that, which is interesting. So they went through some things. This is what the juror said. They ran through a couple of things. First, they did the poll to see, an anonymous poll to see where they were sitting at so far. And then they ran through some of the points, the bullet points of the trial. And then they said, yeah, one of the things that was just weird, one of the things that was just odd was the prop gun narrative. They just said, we really didn't believe that, but we do believe it had something to do with self-defense. And but then they're like, but the fact that we have not seen the prop gun, the weapon is nowhere to be found. How convenient.
Right.
And all those other things, like the grainy footage and all that stuff, it just seemed to really lean on the side of like, without evidence, you can't really throw this man in jail or say guilty on something when you don't have all the evidence displayed in front of you. So that's basically what what it gave. And Josie's right. Beyond, let me pull this up, beyond a reasonable doubt, indeed. You know what I mean? So, woo, but very, very interesting. I mean, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, because it really, truly could have gone another way. And in most cases, it does. That's why
most cases it does.
That's why I'm just like, you know what? Look, especially for them to have deliberated for as short of a time as they did and to have come to that conclusion, because that's usually not the case. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm thankful that they used logic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To say, well, look, if we don't have evidence, we can't really what are we going to do? Throw them in the slammer for what? We don't have evidence, right? And that's important. You got to have evidence.
Yeah.
Blake.
Balake.
Yeah.
Balake.
Do that. We need evidence.
Blake.
We need evidence.
Yeah. Where's the proof? Show us the Carfax. Show us the Carfax. But guys, we got to wrap up the show, unfortunately. But of course, we could be on here forever. Let's be real. But we appreciate you guys being here, chopping it up with us. There's going to be many more episodes like this very, very soon. We just wanted to get one out.
Coming week. Just stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll be back this coming week for sure. You know what I mean? There's so much
on and all the things.
I mean, the ratchetness is at an all-time high. So we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. It's coming. Okay, guys. But before we head out, please do us a favor. All right, hit that like button down below, please and thank you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Crush it. Do what it do. Let your people know. Let the fam and all them know that we back. Okay. We're back, mother lovers. We back, mother. Okay, she curses, I don't. But well, not online. Not online. But again, guys, I appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys for being here. Hit that like button down below, crush that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys again on another episode of The Real Beef with S&P. See you guys very soon. Much love. Bye. Peace.